Alright guys, we are here at Pacific Toyota today. So we're here to check out the new Hilux. The team have kindly invited us down. They're going to walk us through the new features, what's been upgraded from last year. Fingers crossed we can grab one for the night, take it for a spin with the boat on the back and see how she tows. But yeah, we'll head inside and go and check it out. Alright guys, as I said outside, we're here at Pacific Toyota this morning, checking out the new Hilux. So a new model for this year. We're very lucky to have Rachel here, one of the absolute legends of the company, here to talk us through the upgrades and stuff like that for this year's model. Other than the facelift that you've got on the front sort of thing, what's sort of the main upgrades from the previous model that you've got in the new model this year?
Yeah, really good question there. Mostly I'd say the interior has had a major increase in the comfortability, and also just with the general ride of it with the electronic steering and things, it's made it a lot more comfortable. And major technology with the main infotainment screen, which is quite good. Obviously it was getting a bit dated, so good to have some newer technology coming through in our new Hilux.
Awesome. Other than sort of your drive-wise and stuff like that, have there been any engine drivetrain upgrades or anything like that, suspension?
Yep, so in our SR5 onwards, it does have a slightly more comfortable ride. SR would be more for your workhorse.
Yeah.
So limited and adventure, more for sort of family friendly. SR5 would be a mix of both, and SR would be your workhorse.
Awesome. So someone like us, we're towing a just over 3-ton boat the whole time sort of thing. What sort of model line would you steer us towards? Would you go the adventure where you've got your nice leather interior and your heated seats and your sort of concrete off-roader, or would you go a different model?
No, I mean, all of them are still going to have great towing capacity and how they handle. That is one of the major increases is with the electronic steering. It creates a lot more stability with the steering. It makes it a lot more reactive to everything.
Yep.
I guess it would just more depend on your lifestyle. So if you want the creature comforts with your family and things like that, would look to go for the limited and the adventure. Or if it is just going to be that you're jumping in with muddy boots every day,
yep,
maybe the SR.
Awesome. I know one thing, like a lot of people tow with the Hiluxes and stuff like that. A lot of people have got boats in the tradie industry and stuff like that. What makes the Hilux such a great tow vehicle?
Well, it does have quite a bit of torque. So it's got 500 Newton meters of torque, which is obviously going to help with pulling those heavy loads. Also, it does have the 48-volt hybrid system, which is also going to make it a lot smoother on your slower speeds under load.
Yeah.
So you'll find that it is a lot smoother in terms of that, and the torque is going to get you pulling those heavier loads.
Sweet. Hybrid, touchy subject for utes. What is the hybrid system in the Hilux? When we put a photo up a couple of weeks ago of this, we got a lot of messages and stuff like that asking if we'd towed with it. We haven't yet. But yeah, we got a lot of messages asking what it's like to tow with a hybrid. So what is sort of the main hybrid system in the Hilux?
So the main hybrid system in the Hilux is just the 48-volt hybrid system. It's going to be replacing the alternator. So it's just going to make it for an easier start-stop system. It's also going to reduce your fuel capacity a little bit in terms of like your fuel economy, which is going to come down. But in terms of the towing, it's still going to be able to tow that 3.5-ton tow rating.
Sweet.
So it's not going to give you any hiccups or anything like that. It will just make it smoother.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not going to freak out when I back it into the water or anything like that if I try and launch off the beach and get clipped by a wave with the hybrid system?
No, it's all tucked away nice and secure. So the hybrid battery is actually sitting under the rear seat. And the whole hybrid system is about 30 kgs. The hybrid batteries themselves are about 7 kgs, so not really too much to change.
Awesome.
Just makes it better.
All right, awesome. Well, we'll have a quick look around the car and you can show off some of your favourite features, I think.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Well, obviously we do have a bit more of the dark trim, which is coming in.
Yep.
Nice sort of with the handles and the wing mirror covers.
Yep.
From an exterior point of view, it does have a cool front end. A lot of that is for function with cooling and things like that. But new really cool features, which a few of the other models out there do have. But for someone a bit shorter like myself, having this rear step is great.
Yeah.
Easier access into the back. The models do come with a different range of wheels. So this is the Adventure model, which comes specifically with these wheels. On the Limited and the SR5, they're a bit different looking. But we can go through some of those.
Awesome. So is this the top spec model?
Yes. Cool. Yep. So all your leather interior, all the features. And then also really cool is when you're loading in, you can easily drop this tailgate down with the
awesome.
easy assist. So it just goes down smoothly. You're not going to be whacking anyone on the head, any little ones.
Beautiful.
And it's a lot smoother going up. Do it with one hand. And with some of our towing, we've got different options for tow bars. So we've got short tongue and long tongue. Long tongue's going to help with having these recovery point on here. So that means that if you are doing a bit more full driving and stuff, if you need recovery points, you can get them included with the tow bar.
Awesome. All right, should we crack in and have a look at the interior then?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, we'll have a quick look through the interior then. So I noticed straight away you've got your keyless entry, little button on the side, which is really useful. And I did pick up on one thing which is really cool and can be really confusing for some people that aren't used to it. There's the cameras under the mirror, so I'm assuming this model's got the 360 camera in it? Yeah,
and it's really good. It's a lot clearer than the last model, which was only the SR5 and Cruiser that had it, but it has definitely been improved, a lot clearer, more high definition. So a lot easier for when you are reversing back to look into hitching up to a trailer.
Sweet. With that, does it bring in a bunch of the new safety features and stuff like that as well? Yep. So important things to note would be if you do have a tow bar on and you are going to be reversing up to something or reversing with the trailer on. Just a reminder to turn off your PKSB, which is your parking support brake. These buttons are just located by your driver's right-hand knee. And that's just going to allow you to reverse without the sensors going off thinking you're about to crash. So good for when you need them, but when you don't, turn them off. I can assume it'd be quite scary the first time someone backing up to a trailer if they haven't turned that off and everything starts screaming at you and the brakes get locked on. So very good point. Turn PKSB off if you're backing up to a trailer. Does it turn off your parking sensors and all that sort of stuff as well?
It will turn the sensors off for that meantime, but then you can turn that back on, but it will just stop the sensors forcing that brake on.
Awesome. We'll jump in and have a look through, I believe it's a new interior?
Yes.
All right, so brand new interior for the Hilux.
Yes.
Straight away see a lot of the creature comforts have been upgraded, which is awesome. You got your push button start and stuff like that. I've just been very lucky and have spent a week down south in the GXL Prado. That was mind-blowingly amazing, and now I really want one, which is extremely dangerous. Same steering wheel.
Yes. So a lot of that upgrade has been in some of the steering wheel. So all your cruise control is all on the steering wheel rather than on the stalk, which was the last generation. They've also added in adaptive cruise and your standard cruise, which is handy for both your more around town and your long distance driving. So that's been a major increase. Even just in this main infotainment screen, or the MID, it's got cool features just like with your tire pressure monitors, so that you know that you can just jump in the car and you can just keep going, because it's going to let you know if you're getting low on your air or if you've hit something.
I did, when we were talking with Josh earlier on, he did mention as well that it's the first time I've seen it in a vehicle, unsure if the other ones do or not, you even pick up your spare tyre with your tyre pressure monitoring. Because that's always something good to check before you do go away. Obviously, if you're not checking that and you get somewhere and you do get a flat and you go to put the spare on and that's also flat, that is not going to be ideal. So it is good that it's got that on there, so you can always check on that before you head out, especially for a long trip if you're going in the early hours of the morning for your fishing. Absolutely. Like, we're leading into the southern bluefin season fishing wise, which means the sort of annual pilgrimage for a lot of people heading down to Waihau Bay, which is the one place in the country where you sort of head down there. There is nothing down there. There's a fuel station and a pub. So on that, if you are heading down that way, make sure you're checking over your vehicle and stuff like that. Check your spare tyre. We're going to do a big video with Pacific Toyota, and maybe even do it down in Christchurch with the Miles Toyota down there, going over safety features and stuff like that on your vehicles, checking everything off, making sure your trailer's sweet before you tow it and stuff like that, just because I saw a few vehicles last year stuck on the side of the road on that road, which is not fun. But back to the Hilux. I noticed straight away as soon as we got in the car, you turned your heated seats on,
Yeah.
It's not quite that cold this morning, but hey, we won't judge
chilly.
you. Yeah, do they just come in the adventure model, or?
So you can get them from the SR5 upwards. So SR5 with your fabric interior that's still got the heated seats,
Cool.
the limited and also the adventure is
Awesome.
what you can get them in.
Awesome.
So you can have yours on as well.
Thank you. So leather interior wise, is that just in the limited and adventure?
Yep, so black leather interior in the limited and the mineral in the adventure.
Awesome. I like the mineral. I like the contrast stitching and it looks really cool.
Yeah.
You mentioned the new infotainment system.
Yes.
So looks really cool. Again, looks very similar to the Prado.
Yes.
Is it all wireless Android Auto and stuff like that? Apple CarPlay?
Yep. So easy connectivity with your Apple CarPlay and your Android Auto.
Awesome.
Does also have the built-in navigation if you need that as well. These ones are also fitted with the JBL speakers, so good audio system.
Cool.
So that's for your limited and your adventure as well.
Awesome.
So if you are taking a bunch of mates, you can pump the tunes on the way down.
Sweet. I love it. Wireless phone charger as well.
Yep.
Also very useful because 9 times out of 10 when we're really excited the night before we go fishing, you forget something and it's usually to plug your phone in. So you can charge your phone up on the way to the boat ramp. I did also just notice you've got a heated steering wheel.
Yes.
That's crucial for your mornings. I love it. Switching through 2-wheel drive to 4-wheel drive and stuff like that, can you do it on the move? Do you have to come to a stop?
No, between two-wheel drive and full drive high, you can do that on the go. So you just need to be going under 100 kilometers.
Cool.
But to go into your 4 low,
Yep.
you do need to be stopped and in neutral.
Yeah.
Once you're into your high 4, you can change through the different drive modes and your multi-terrain select as well. So that's a few options that we can show you a bit later on with the multi-terrain select.
Absolutely, that sounds extremely fancy.
Especially if you're beach launching or something,
Yeah.
having the sand option would be quite good.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we may as well crack into that now. Yeah, walk us through. It's the first I've heard of the multi-terrain select. So what are your sort of options and how do you chop and change between those?
So it's just in the dials right in front of you, so it's easily accessible. So you've got a dial for your multi-terrain select and
Yep.
also for your full drive.
Cool. So you mentioned the multi-terrain select. The modes, we went through it quickly just before. The modes I'm guessing were deep snow, sand, mud and dirt, and there was an auto mode as well.
Yes.
So what sort of use cases would you use if you need to cut through into those?
So if you are doing the full driving, so that would be in your high 4, that's just going to give you a lot more change in the suspension and the grip and the power and how it's going to power the wheels.
Awesome.
And where it's going to be needing to send that power to.
Yeah.
So sand would be a lot, obviously, if you're on the sand on the beach, if you're doing some fishing from there or beach launching. And then obviously in your full drive, like if you are going over rocks and mud and things, that will be a lot more handy.
Awesome. Cool. One thing, so the first time I saw this vehicle was up at the 4-wheel drive expo up in Auckland, and was talking to one of the sales guys there, and he mentioned that it was really important that Hiluxes have cup holders in the dash.
Yes.
They're quite cool. They're hidden away a little bit, but you've got 2 cup holders in the middle, and then you've still got the ones in the dash, as well as many little compartments and stuff like that to hide all your gear when you're fishing, because everyone knows boat ramps and sometimes they're pretty dodgy. But yeah, why is it so important to have cup holders in the dash? Is it just something that's always been in a Hilux, so they want to keep it that way, or?
It is always something that has been in the Hilux. They have changed them quite a bit so they don't push out and you don't catch them on your knee.
Yeah.
But they've also got them in the doors as well. So
Right.
you might have missed that one.
I did
so
miss that
maybe
one.
you drink bottle or something in the
Awesome.
doors as well. So that's always good. But I mean, a lot of our consumers are tradesmen.
Yeah.
So they probably need to start the morning with coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of coffee, lots of V, lots of pies. It's great. Is there anything else in the interior that you can think of that has changed from the previous model to this model, or that you're a massive fan of?
I would just honestly say like the improvement on the infotainment screen. Like
Yep.
it's so much better. It's more clear.
Yeah.
It's just user friendly.
Awesome.
But I do appreciate that they have kept the buttons for all your air conditioning.
Yes.
It's not on the screen. It's easy to use because there is still physical buttons that you can touch.
Yeah.
Even same with all your full drive. It's not on the screen, but you can use some of the information that comes up on the screen.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. Still having your actual buttons to do this sort of stuff. Like I know TK is shocking at working screens, even though he sits there staring at some of the world's most advanced navigation systems and stuff like that. the man still needs a little black notebook to remember his passwords for Facebook and stuff like that. So I know features like that for your older generation, still having your tactile buttons and stuff like that, rather than it all being through the screen, would be a massive help.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Awesome. Well, that kind of covers off interior-wise. There's plenty of space in the back. Pretty sure I'll still be able to get the car seat. It looks like there's ISOFIX in the back, which is awesome as well, which is great. Got a little 7-month-old baby at home, so may or may not be chucking a car seat in this when I steal it.
Yeah, definitely.
And we'll see if it gets the tick of approval from George. See if he can go to sleep in it. But yeah, we'll pop back outside and see if we can't pick up any more changes. All right, so that's a wrap. Thanks for taking us through the new Hilux, Rachel.
No worries.
Yeah, awesome to see the new features, what's been updated since the last model.
Yeah.
Very excited to get my hands on one, see how it tows.
Yeah.
We'll hook it up to the boat, put it through its paces, which will be really fun. And then fingers crossed we can talk your boss into letting you guys come for a fish as well.
Yeah,
but,
sounds good.
Massive shout out to Pacific Toyota and Miles Group for letting us come through and do the filming and stuff like that, and letting me get my hands on a new Hilux for a day or two. So we will crack on. Thank you again.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
So, cheers, guys.
Thank you.